Good evening. It's Sunday. We've all got some writing to do, so I'm just here for some pop up sprints. And just to remember who this is, there's a logo. Very nice, very nice. Okie dokie. Hello, Richard. Right. Richard is working on his second book in his trilogy, which is, of course, most impressive. It's a bit odd when it's just me, isn't it? Need someone with some witty banter to bounce off. Oh well, stuck with me, I guess. Do you want to jump on camera so it's just not me going, oh dear, oh dear. Well, I guess we shouldn't muck around then. I will. Da-da! Or da-da, whichever's better. Little one. Sorry, already found a timer. You weren't the first result, so you don't get used. Right, let's do this. Yo, 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 how did you do? Type your answer now. Hope the fan isn't making too much of a buzz, but it is way too hot to not have it on. I managed to get several words down before realizing that they were simply melting off the page. Books by Adrian is here. Hello. Richard got 306 words and stirred his dinner. I have not yet done a count dictation. Yeah! Yes, this is a shiny new phone. I am hoping to finish a short story I started before Christmas, which was based on an idea I've had, for years. And I realised a couple of weeks ago that I hadn't finished it or written very much, no, in the sense of drafting. I hadn't written much in recent. No, it is not an iPhone. How dare you? In recent months, I've been doing second passing and marketing stuff, but in terms of actually sitting down and writing a first draft, I haven't done anything. Malcolm's been working on book 2. He doesn't want me starting book 4. I've done outlines for book 4, but we're going to wait until Malcolm's finished with 2 and 3 so I can do a chapter. He can do a chapter, which in the long term will be a much better way of working. Hello, Lauren. This is just me chatting awkwardly. What is everyone else working on? It's as much of an accountability stream as you want it to be, Dickie. Sorry, just doing laborious things for a moment, and I will be right back to Natter. Hello, Nicole. What a crowd we've got here. This is brilliant. Adrian is currently scheduling Livestream Sunday Season 5. He was messaging me earlier begging for me to take over the hosting duties, but unfortunately it's just too late for me to commit to a whole season. But I'm sure I'll pop along for more shenanigans after the massive success that was our outlining stream from a few months back. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So the short story I am working on, yes, that is the question on everyone's lips. About, I was going to say a decade ago, but it was definitely, must be 2009, because it was before the 2010 election. And an idea I was kicking around is, why is it in zombie films it's always just people hiding in shopping centres or farms or what have you, and never, you never get to see like the actual what the government are doing to deal with it. And I was like, what's the West Wing episode during the zombie apocalypse? Initially, I was kicking around like maybe doing it as an audio drama, because I was listening to audio dramas before they were cool, and now I'm so over that, apart from the one that I've written 6 episodes of and will make one of these days. Absolutely. Anyway, I was talking to someone before Christmas and I mentioned this idea and they were just like, that's great. And I'm like, well, I'm not writing a bloody zombie novel because zombies are so, 2009. I mean, technically it's a video because it was shot on the Canon XL1 mini DV. Yes, you do get to see Christopher Eccleston in the military, and has a banging soundtrack, and is probably the only good Danny Boyle film, but it's a video. Come at me, Sunshine is shit. So I had this idea of, government dealing with zombies. Didn't want it to be a novel or anything long form because I am writing a ongoing space opera series, which the first book is out, McMurdo Rift. The second is hopefully going to be released this year, and the third has been drafted. Adrian, if you take a 747 and you point it at a mountain, a little thing pops up going, warning, mountain, do not fly plane in this direction. So how is it they're able to burn their spaceship by pointing at the sun? That's bollocks, mate. So I knew it was just going to be a short story, aiming for around 5,000 words. And a while back, I read a massive, dull, non-fiction book called Defence of the Realm, which was all about Britain's nuclear deterrent from 1945 to 2001, which one of the things that was in there was a Cold War plan to evacuate the Prime Minister from London in the event of an incoming strike. And I just thought that's a really cool little detail. So the story opens from the point of view of the helicopter pilot who is sent into London to evacuate the Prime Minister. And yeah, it's a fun little short, and we're nearly at the end. And I don't know, I'll probably read it aloud and stick it up on YouTube like the cool kids are doing. And, make a nice PDF and EPUB and send it out to the newsletter. Subscribe now, bradleylejeune.com. That is the current project and where it all is. I will make double pay. I mean, somehow I convinced, anyone to pay 99p for this postbox as a time holder in it, which, whilst brilliant, is only 5,000 words. So maybe I'll do that again if Richard's lining up to pay. But we'll see. I still have to edit this thing, which is not my strong suit, as Adrian found out to his detriment on Write the Damn Story. Is that what it's called? It's what we'll call season 2. Anyway, that's where we are. And yes, my computer is now transcribing the stuff as I record. I can do like a live transcription, but I'm a bit cautious whilst I've got all the streaming going on. I've only ever had one instance where I've lost work when I've been dictating, and that's because my computer was hit by a solar flare and we had a brownout. But I do find, like, if you're interested in dictation, and I don't get why people wouldn't be, but you have to speak the punctuation. Yeah, but you still type the punctuation. Probably the biggest thing is learning to trust the software will get you there and not look at the screen, because it really slows you down. Richard is saying things with his words. Yes, this is what I'm doing. I used to use a Zoom H2, which I have from doing film work, and phones have now got decent enough mics that I can just record straight into that, which is great, because, like, you get some people who are like, oh yeah, just go for a walk and dictate, and it's much better because you're not sat at your desk. And the biggest problem is just taking the hellos out. And me, all the time, I'm glorious. Everyone buy my book. But what's good is, you can dictate as you walk along, or you can just do this, and suddenly, no one knows you're dictating at all and think you're just talking to your mum or something, full stop, new line, which is fine until you realise there's someone walking right behind you. Which has happened to me, but I do most of the dictating at home, occasionally in the garden. But yeah, just recording it into a file, not worrying about it as it appears, is the quickest way to work. But what you don't want to do is just open your work in progress and try and pick up where you left off last time you were typing. Because that way madness lies. I think that's what a lot of people do. Yeah, just do some emails, do some blog posts and whatnot. Get used to the process before you get into your big project. I can actually type on the typewriter, but I don't plan on doing any projects because, again, madness. But it is delightful. And I think we should probably line up another sprint. There we go. That will make him happy. Hello, how did you do? Let me know in the comments below. Richard, as always, into his drug paraphernalia. So I have finished my short story, at least the first draft, and I will have some stats for you momentarily, because who doesn't love stats? I can tell you that the first sprint I got 831 words, and this last sprint I got 652 words. But I did finish a few minutes early, so I wasn't taking the whole 20 minutes. So the stats are still good. Hooray! We like stats. I have a spreadsheet for tracking my words that I write, and one for plotting the story. There are 2 spreadsheets. You must be very happy, Richard. Whenever someone comes up with like a bit of software that they say, oh, you'll be able to do all your writing, all your planning, all your publishing, all your spell checking, all your storyboarding in one app, I am always kind of being like, don't want to. Mind you, I was exactly the same when they told me I didn't have to carry a phone and an MP3 player and a calculator in my pocket all at the same time anymore, so I'm a bit slow to change. No, I'm not talking about Atticus, you bad man. Although I do only really use it for the publishing side of things. What could you possibly use your spreadsheets to cross-reference with each other about, huh? Answers on a sealed down envelope. No, I don't think anyone does. But obviously, Excel will last the test of time. So yes, I now have a short story to sit down and edit. I don't like editing. Do you want to do that bit? It's better when you do it. But it feels nice to get away from the novel series and write something else again. And also, it's kind of nice just to write for the sake of writing and not because you went on a live stream and declared you were going to publish another book this year. Absolutely. Like I've got book 4 all laid out. I'm really excited to get into that, but it's nice to jump over to another project for a bit. And it's also given me, ideas for what, the next book series could be. Not for that to be misconstrued. I'm definitely not going to write a bloody zombie novel. But yeah, this has been fun. It's it'd be interesting to get people's reactions as well. I think you said it, not me. I mean, it's a bit of break from my usual writing style, even though my now usual writing style was a break from my previous writing style. But yeah, it's a nice little. I mean, it's big enough to actually have some ideas, but not, you know, a whole project to get unwieldy. I mean, mind you, people would just say it's cliche and ignore it, so there is that. Yeah, and the idea will be to, do a reading of it and slap it up on YouTube at some point. My writing style circuits got broken, and now everything comes out as a Star Trek knockoff. Anyway, how far are you into book 2 are you now? Wait, chapter 3. That's good. How long are your chapters on this one? Roughly. Do you stick to an average length, or do they go longer and shorter? Don't do that. Go back to the outline. Behave. What is an anti? Yeah, that would be good going. I'm just typing my stats into my tracking spreadsheet because I'm cool. Yeah, that seems to be good going. There is a school of thought that, especially if you're in KU, shorter chapters give it a faster pace and keep people turning pages and what have you, which is no bad thing. Especially if you want to write something fast paced and not tedious. The final word count for this draft is 5,901 words, which means I have finally achieved my goal of becoming an overwriter. If we get 1,000 or 2 words out of it, it'll be no bad thing. Usually I'm struggling to get enough words to count. Anyway, that's our hour. This has been fun. Stay cool, everyone.